There is a light that is inside all of us. This is a law that is inside all of us as to what is loving, what is right, what is just. And the only way for people to get this law incorrect is to have some kind of darkness pulled over their eyes so that they could be deceived. If the light shone on this, everybody would agree as to what is right. Welcome. We want to look at what can solve all this world's problems, and this comes by seeing who God is clearly. So, God is light, God is love. These are the ways we can, at our best, humanly describe Him. He's indescribable above all these things. But this is like the DNA, the network that, if, like, pardon my speech because we can't really explain who God is, but this is like the consciousness, the awareness that is inside all of us. Not that each of us are God, but that God is like this invisible force that is inside all of us, this law, this light that is inside all of us, so that we also become light. That darkness doesn't really exist. As soon as you shine light on it, it dissipates. It doesn't have a force of its own, so that it also becomes light, because light is endless. It doesn't lose any of its light by removing that obstacle and then filling the rest of the void. So this is how I see that the whole universe, all of creation, that God isn't worried, because within each of us is this network, this DNA, this information that is God, that is who God is. And we automatically will do this. All that is needed is for that light to reach us, for us to be connected to God. And Messiah has done that. So he's taken away all those barriers. And so how our government will rule will be how God will rule. Can humans be trusted to judge on God's behalf? And I would say yes. Within each of us is that information of how God would act. It's just that if we become so distant from Him, so far removed that we become carnal, this deathly body that's passing away, as if this can make the decisions, we're so confused. But God isn't worried, because He knows that we'll figure it out. So the way I see it is, even if our entire planet, like the human race, goes down the wrong track to darkness, somewhere in the universe, there'll be like another intelligence. There'll be something else. This is kind of how nature will work, that it always will rectify itself. There'll be somebody to take compassion. There'll be somebody to take the lead, because the light always overpowers darkness. That's like the information, the DNA, how we are made up, to that the light will always know what to do. Within us is this knowing, this ability to discern. And that's what true judgment is. Judgment isn't trying to just get vengeance or discipline others. It's a discernment. That's the Hebrew meaning of that word. And within all of us is that ability to judge or discern what is needed to correct others just enough to bring them to the light. We don't want to keep anybody in darkness, and I don't believe anybody is going to burn eternally, that eventually there will be no more darkness. So there'll be no more pain. We'll get to that in the new world. So we're just discerning what it takes to change everything to light. Even the devil will be transformed to light, is how I understand it. So also that we are the light of the world. So just like Messiah says He's the light, now that we are connected to God, nothing in between us, that all that darkness, those scales that were on our eyes, get taken away, and we know how to discern. Because that's how we are made. That's that life force that is inside of us, that has kept us going, that keeps renewing us in this body of death, that tends towards darkness. That is the temporary that's passing away. Within each of us is like the very essence of who God is, that is this knowing that nobody even has to explain it to you. It's the spirit that is inside of us. And so I have full hope, not like a hope that I don't know about and I know will happen, that no matter what, nothing is evil in itself, that the good will always prevail, that within everybody, all it takes is somebody who knows how to draw out that light. Messiah has done that, and now we are Messiah's body who does that for other people. That the government, that we're coming to a time of light, I believe. But regardless, no matter what, that eventually like light will prevail, and that nobody even has to teach us, that this is this knowing that is inside all of us, that we recognize truth, and that there's nothing hidden that won't be revealed. So all of these secret things, all that needs to happen for them to dissipate is to expose them, for the light to shine on them, and that light being those leaders that God puts in place when we are ready to come to the light. We've chosen people because we're sick and tired of the darkness. And within those leaders, there'll be this discerning. And within each of us, so we should always be listening and not grow complacent, because we've learned that complacency just allows the darkness to take lead. That within each of us, whatever it is that we need to do, if we have this drawing to show compassion to a neighbor, no matter how small, that we all have a place in sharing light, which is any kind of goodness, any kind of this good law, which is the Bible. It spells it out for us, but we wouldn't even need the Bible. It just agrees with this conscience, this law that is written on our hearts now, of how we should act. So if all we need to do is not learn to be loving, but to just get rid of the darkness, and automatically this is in our true essence, this life force, this desire that's always been inside of us, this is what is going to shine. And so within all these leaders, they're going to know how to deal with darkness all over the world. This is universal law. People say it in their own ways, depending on how much in darkness they have been. But the more they come to the light, and as soon as the light completely exposes it, there is no sin. No sin can stand in God's presence. Nobody can lie in God's presence, because in God's presence, we all just want to do what is right, because that's our true essence, our true desire. This law is this life force that is the true feeling of good, the true feeling. It's not this temporary hunger. It's this eternal satisfaction when we are walking in the light. And the darkness is just this shadowy counterpart that goes away as soon as the light shines through us. So thanks so much for watching. Be encouraged to shine the light, and how God is always working things out for good. It's not that he has to manipulate or worry. It's this essence that is in all of us that will automatically prevail no matter what. Thanks for watching, and Hashem bless you.